Hello, Steve. Oh. Hello, Steve.
So I can hear you now.
Hello, Street Family.
Hello.
I can't open your Keynote file, Steve,
Oh,
because I can't install the latest version of Keynote. Is there any chance you can convert it to a PowerPoint?
yeah.
Possible in your Keynote.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if it has an option to do that, give it a go. Otherwise,
All right. Yeah,
my thing may update. I don't know.
Hannah. Yeah, you can just open it in using Google Drive, and it does work that way.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let's
Because
have a look.
the Keynote, it works better actually in the Google Drive. The Keynote's a little bit slow in it working. So
Let's have a look.
I can hear a cat.
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh.
Evening, Steve.
Evening. Steve's talking to Steve.
Yes, I can hear.
So it doesn't seem to work in Google Drive. I just get a single page.
Right. Yeah, that's okay.
What do you open it with?
The Google Drive app, I think. Yeah, that I only get a single page on my desktop.
I'll try again. I'm going to add it to my drive and see if that makes a difference.
We have a mini street.
And the bigger street.
And a bigger street. Hi, Michael, how are you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. I just got back from running my mile, and
Oh dear.
I haven't recovered.
It's for such a short distance. It's an awful race, isn't it?
That was ages ago you did that.
Ages?
Yeah.
Well, relative to what?
Well, you said just. It was over an hour ago that I think I kudos you. So.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to milk these things.
Oh, right. And I've just been for a run, so obviously that's why I know that it was that long time ago.
All right, sorry. I haven't had any dinner. I'm feeling a bit sleepy.
Yeah.
But I saw Claudia out on her 50-kilometre thing. So, yeah, it made me feel I couldn't really complain.
No, she's brilliant, but she's going to do herself in if she's not careful.
That's what she said. She said her body's struggling a bit.
Yeah.
She's doing a marathon a day, isn't she, at the moment?
Yeah.
50k.
More than that.
More than that.
50k a day. Amazing.
Oh, I mean,
It's good going, isn't it?
that is a lot, yeah.
It's really interesting though. She says it's her legs that are giving her most trouble. So I didn't really kind of ask.
Not quite what, yeah. Surely it'd be the arms.
But yeah, and I don't know if she's going to be on today's call or if she's still going around in circles in Bushy Park. But yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, Michael, I sent you a note yesterday and you never answered it.
How did you send this note, Steve?
When we were doing the Zoom meeting last night, you know, you found how to send a chat, you know, a chat.
Yeah, and you sent me a private hello.
Yeah, you saw that, did you?
And I replied back with a
Oh, did
hello.
you? Oh, I didn't get the
reply. And then you replied again with a hello.
Ah, well, I didn't get the first reply, so I just did it again because I didn't know if it had gone.
Oh, I didn't reply, sorry.
Oh, okay. Alexa, I'll let you off.
Thank you. Here comes the fastest member of the family today, Daisy, who ran 1.1 mile and an extra 50 metres just for fun.
Oh.
He's not very pleased. And Steve, that was what? How many hours ago? So that was like nearly 12 hours ago, and we still talking about it.
To be fair, like I was fine. I got over it until I found out that Daniel's time was 5:53 on Michael's watch. Like,
Yeah.
We weren't far apart. We weren't far apart. So I've got back. I'm back upset about it again now.
Yeah, Daisy was probably 3 seconds behind Daniel.
Man.
So when can we borrow Michael's watch?
What was the
exactly.
official time?
Official time. So Daniel got 5:53. I got 6:07.
That's a big old gap, isn't it?
That's a very
Daisy
big
ran the
gap.
Arethusa mile, right?
Oh,
And then
running
just kept
good.
going for another 40 metres.
But I thought you were the
started to
official
slow
timer,
down,
Michael.
because I knew it was
It's,
over, and then I looked at my watch. I still had 100 metres to go. Crikey.
Weren't you the official timer there, Michael? Like on the line? Oh, lost everyone.
Hang on every time. Harsh, but it is quite funny.
Yeah. Erica, you did a fast mile just now. Well done.
Well, what did you do, Erica? I haven't had a look.
She didn't beat you.
5:41.
Well done.
Yeah, I was quite pleased.
Yeah.
Good going.
It was yeah. I didn't want to go up too hard, and I didn't want to not try. So I think I hit it just right. So
Oh, well done.
yeah, thank you.
That's really good. Really good. Well done.
Well done.
Anyone else been out miling yet? Yeah.
No, I'm
Oh, it was
resting.
horrible. Yeah.
Well, I'm very keen on this run it in short bursts bit.
Yeah, it's
Have
gonna
you
be
tried
fun.
it yet?
I've not. I might try tomorrow. I've got to figure out whether I do it flat or flat first, just to see how quickly I can do it on the flat before I then start running down hills.
It's the problem of having to run back up the hill. I don't know that.
Yeah. We're gonna do it
We'll just
flat.
go and find a long hill.
Stickers, I think. Thanks.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think you need a long hill. You just need a short one, don't you?
Yeah, but
No,
like
but
Rich
then
says,
long
then
then
you've
you
got to
can
go
just
back up.
stop and stand still
If
and
you
then
go-
go again.
Like Box Hill, that grassy slope that goes down the side.
Just stop every now
Yeah.
and again, get your breath back.
I think you also want something that's not too steep.
Well, that's right.
Because
I think flat's not bad.
'cause
Like you don't. Yeah.
I think you need an incline is good, but I don't think too steep is going to benefit you because you're not going to be able to sprint it properly.
I googled it yesterday. What's the optimal gradient
Oh,
for
yeah.
sprinting?
And
I can't remember which some American university. There's a great big long paper on it, and it does. I can't remember what it says. It's not that steep. I think it's like 6% or something.
Okay.
You know.
I
So
should
no, you
make
don't
sure
want it too steep. You're right.
I'm thinking the other side of the Roystons, towards where Rich lives. That's a nice
That's
hill.
quite
but it's-
steep.
Yeah, but it's not as steep as my side. I think this is and it's very short and out. It's probably like 50 meters, which isn't really much use before I get run over at to Surbiton Hill Park.
But you do
Look,
have
I'm
more
like
runoff on my side.
It's careering down the hill. Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
I think you've got to factor in. You need a to get up to speed before you do the watch,
That's right.
and then
stop
you
it
need
before you slow down.
then you need a runoff area.
That's right, you do. Yeah.
It's not.
And an ambulance
not
on
that straightforward.
And what's the optimal distance for the rep? Because I can't do too many short ones. I'll get bored. I think I just have to.
I think as long as 150.
Yeah, that's right. 150.
I think it's whatever you can hold your pace at, really, because once you start slowing down, I think you might as well stop and start again.
Yeah.
Well, you can
I
do
think
it for as long
Surbiton
as
Hill
you
Park
like.
Road might be good.
Yeah.
Surbiton Hill Park, yeah. I mean, it is as you come down from the Iron Bridge, you've probably got a decent slope there. Wagon and
I really like
horses.
the crest. I think the crest is quite a good one, not too steep.
And quiet.
And quiet. I went there today just to check it out. It's not too bad.
Okay.
They'll just
Good
think you're a bit
local
strange sprinting up and down their road.
I know someone who lives on there. He knows I'm straight.
Right.
I mean, nothing more strange than just running up and down your hill just to get pointless elevation in the elevation challenge.
So we've probably got.
Move this a bit closer.
We've not quite got 26 people, but we'll take it. We'll just get going. So what have we got today? So we're going to go over the results from weeks 5 and 6. We haven't got everything in yet because of having the alternative 26.2. So it's another week we're going to do some voting. So I'm going to send out some voting later in the week. However, we do have the results from the team event, and we have the results from the 26.2 minute challenge. So we'll go over those, and then we'll crack on with talking about miles and watching the 4 minute mile to give us all some inspiration of what we're going to achieve. My internet connection's been a bit dodgy today, so hopefully it's going to hold out. I will just see how we go. So if we start off with the teams, we have the team leaderboard.
It's not bad.
So Team 9 were our winners with a marathon time of 3:13, a pace of 7:23. So Team 9, who's that? Alistair,
Got a few
David
people in
George,
Team 9. Yeah.
Jackie points. Jackie's with us. Well done, Jackie. Jem, is Jen with us today? I can't see everyone now.
Hi, yeah, I am here. Sorry.
Yeah, well done, Jem.
Thank
Richard
you.
Hall, Rika Jones, and Steph Harvey. So well done to all of you. Good effort on your mile. So all 7 members of that team managed to run, and some great efforts there.
Quite close.
So it looks like their strategy wasn't to get one person to go off and do
Last one.
a big solo effort. It was kind of the maximum distance was 5.1. So they definitely spread out the work between everybody. You'll notice the people in 2nd and 3rd place, they were teams where they didn't get one of their runners to go out. So they had a couple of quicker runners putting in bigger efforts to get up there. However, Team 9 used all 7 team members. So really good. So everyone's teams are there. I won't go into it too much because I'm guessing you've had all week to study that. But yeah, we're giving Grand Prix points from 20 down to 5 points for the bottom team. All of the teams completed the distance, so everyone qualifies for points, and nobody went particularly far over. So the longest was 26.29. So I'm sure some people adjusted their runs to just get them in on the correct distance, but I'll let that go. So our next challenge was the 26.2 minute race. So we had our 26.2 minutes to go as far as possible. And the winner of this was Tim Bartholomew for the men and Victoria Whelan for the ladies. So they did 4.8 miles, 8.5 miles for Tim, 4.08 miles for Victoria. Some good efforts there. The distances ranged from 4.85 miles down to people have submitted results and I've not resorted it. Apologies to these people down here. You're not going to be in the right order in the results. I'll sort that out later. Yeah, so it went down to about 2.24. So, 1.86. There we go. So a bit of a spread. Good to see lots of people taking part there. Yeah, so I'll send these results out later so you'll be able to compare yourself to everyone else. Who have we got on here? Alistair's here, he came 3rd. Good effort there. We've got the streets as always. Let's see where the streets came. So Daisy Street and Daniel Street did 3.69 miles. So tied there. Michael Street did 4.06. Who else have we got? Steve Ramek, how did you do, Steve? Steve
He's
Ramek
4th.
came 4th, yeah. There he is. So yeah, I'm not going to go through everyone. You'll have to find your name afterwards. Actually, there's one other person that I need to look at, the other street, don't I? I've got to make sure I check my rivalry, but sadly, he beat me on this one. So I'm not sure I really wanted to know that.
He's in bed anyway.
Yeah, he needs his rest. All this beating me is hard work. Okay, so yeah, I'll send that out later. People can have a look through, see how you stack up against everyone else with your 26.2 minutes. Hope you enjoyed that one. So yeah, then we're just waiting for the alternative to come in. So at the moment, it puts Joseph Gonzalez on top. So it'll be interesting to see whether anyone can catch him. So Jem is the closest at the moment. So Jem did 26.2 different exercises each hours for 26.2 hours. So even waking up overnight, that's quite a lot of effort. And Joseph drew a picture. So I think both of them made effort, but very different efforts there. And I have to say that Joseph's pictures are pretty good. He's a talented artist as well. That's on Facebook. And what I'll do is I'll put them all together so that we can view them all in one place, and then I'll put some kind of voting on. So you'll be able to browse through what everyone did and cast your votes for your favorites. Or if you want to basically just try and get yourself to win, you can share it with all your friends and get yourself pushed to the top. You can see be part popularity contest, part proper voting. So in the other leagues, we got Rika Jones at the top at the moment in Division 2, but only 1.5 points ahead. However, those pirouettes are probably going to be popular, so I think she might be able to hold on to that top place. You never know. Steve Ramek, top of Division 3, after he was in a good team and had a good distance, as we already saw. He's actually set us a challenge, so I'm going to show you all that in a minute. Steve's little challenge. I managed to download it just before, so I'll put that up and also share it with everyone afterwards. Steve can talk us through it in a minute. And then Alistair, down here in Division 4, looking to move up. You have to spot yourselves as we scroll past. And down in Division 5's looking a little bit empty at the moment. There's a lot of people that don't submit results down there, so I might just move everybody up. So Division 5 becomes people who don't submit everything. It's a bit different this week because the people that didn't submit generally took part in the team marathon. So they are still out there, they are still running, just not doing all the challenges and sending them in to us. Right, so in terms of the alternative challenges, we're not going to go through them all. However, we'll take a little venture into looking at Steve Ramek's one. He's not paying attention. There he is. So this is Steve's little presentation. I don't know if you want to talk us through this, Steve. Tell us about your challenge in the challenge.
Right, well, it does. There is on the last slide, there is a explanation note, but basically it's 26.2 letters from signs and other things, which I took when I was doing one of my runs. And it actually spells 26.2 RRC through bricks, which is exactly 26.2 letters. So
there you go. Here's all the letters.
So the idea is that the competition bit is you've got to see if you can guess where all the letters came from, as in what objects, as it says there. And then if you want to, you can send your answers. There's an email address there. And I have said that I'll give a prize for the person who gets the most right ones. But I don't know what that is yet, but we'll see. And then maybe once this is all finished, I've got a photo of every single sign, a sort of a larger photo, so you can see where it actually came from. So that's basically what it is.
So do we have to just say what they are, or
if you can guess what the actual object or sign actually came from?
Okay.
So The two really difficult ones you can see, which were letters 12 and 19, I've actually told what they are because you never guess them because they're just random letters. But obviously, like number 18 is fairly obvious there.
Yeah.
Hopefully people would know what that is.
Yeah, but we don't need to know which one it is because there's quite a few of those around.
No, you just have to say what the object was. Yeah, that's what the object was.
That could be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly which one.
Right, well, I'll send that out later and everyone can have a play at guessing doing
Yeah.
your challenge. I will stick that on the Facebook and on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much, Steve.
Okay.
So in terms of the other challenges, we saw a lot of them last week. I don't know if anyone has any that they've done this week that they want to throw out there now. Doesn't sound like it. I did notice a few new ones come in, but hopefully you'll be able to look through the list of them at your leisure when I put it together. Okay, so that's pretty much it for last week's challenges. We'll have the full results next Wednesday, hopefully, after we've done the voting. This week is Mile Week. So you were all discussing it a little bit before, and I know a lot of you have already gone out to start the challenges because you're very keen. Personally, I'm dreading doing this one, so I won't be going out in a hurry. You've got the mile, which is your cheats mile. So you're allowed to stop your Garmin as much as you like to try and get the best possible mile time. The aim is to see if you can get anywhere near a 4-minute mile. And it's kind of to illustrate exactly how hard that is. Because I'm not sure many of us will get the 4-minute mile. I'm sure some people might do, and some people will come close. But I, for one, definitely won't get anywhere near it. And if you want to, you can do.
Can you stop me going and walk back up the hill?
Yes, you can. You can do whatever you like, as long as you submit an activity that has a 1 mile effort, and we will take the moving time from it. So the elapsed time could
You want
be.
to share your screen, Rich, so we can see everyone?
Yeah, sure, sorry. Yeah, so your elapsed time can be as long as you want. It could be several days if you can manage to get your Garmin to keep going for several days. I don't know what happens if you try and upload a 1 mile effort across several days to Strava. I can't imagine many people have ever tried it. So
Strava will probably give you a 0.2 minute per mile or something pace.
Yeah.
You've done it as a snail.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what we come up with and who puts the effort in to do it. Yeah, so then there's the normal mile. So as well as doing the cheating one, you get 5 bonus points if you do a normal one, just to compare your time, see how different they are. I know a lot of people are doing the Bannister miles, so you're doing them anyway. Then challenge 2 is a progressive run. So I know people are wanting a rest from all the speed stuff, so this was meant to just be something a little bit different. Basically, we're looking for you to go out and do a run where you start slower and build up the pace. We're looking for some nice consistent increase in pace. However, we're just going to take 3 mile splits from your run. So if it's a 3 mile run, we'll take the splits for each of the miles. If you do a longer run, just give us 3 of the splits. What we want to see is consistent improvement and the biggest difference between your first and your last one. So if you're going from very slow to very quick, you'll do well on that one. However, you also want to be consistent with your improvement. Yeah, so just something a little bit different. Do something different with your training this week.
Consistent as in an increase of a number of seconds?
So you want the same increase between, yeah, number of seconds between mile 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. I'll do it. Right, so Yeah.
I work in kilometres. That doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change your Garmin over. I've still got my flaming Garmin in kilometers after the 2K challenge. It's driving me crazy. I keep forgetting to put it back. I get halfway through my run and I get all excited because I think I've gone miles, but I've actually gone nowhere.
It's not going to help me either. I have to change mine.
Mine's actually in kilometres, but when you program a workout in for miles, it will still do that. So you can still see your pace in kilometres, even though you're working in miles. Because I tried it out today to check that it did. So if you have a look at setting the workout on your phone, or however you normally use Garmin, you can still actually understand the pace, and it will automatically change it every mile. It will tell you, okay, now it's in the next mile.
Yeah, there you go. Or otherwise, you need to be able to lap your watch at 1.6 kilometers, 3.2 kilometers, and 4.8. So yeah, that's the other way to do it. Sorry, I'm just being attacked by a cat. Okay, and the final challenge this week was Strava Art. So another creative one, another one where we're going to do a bit of voting on who's done the best. Go out and draw a picture with your run. So you can either do it on streets or do it around a field or something. Just draw us something nice. Yeah. So any other questions or thoughts on those? Anyone want to comment on how hard they've found the mile so far?
We have 1 or 2 weeks for these challenges.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you got loads of time. Basically, I can't keep up with doing it every week. I have to do some work occasionally, so.
It suits me. I'll do it next week then.
Yeah. Okay, so do people want to watch a mile? Should we see how it should be done? I know that there's been quite a few copies of the mile shared today in various places. I think it was on BBC News, and also the Stragglers posted something about it. So I think everyone is talking about it. But I found a video which is an older one, but has Roger Bannister talking on it. So we'll go with that one, I think. Oop. Sorry, YouTube adverts. Right, so I'm going to give sharing my screen a go. Hopefully the video will be okay. I just have to remember how to do this.
Someone just stand on a cat.
That wasn't. I'm not going to say it wasn't my cat. It's probably my cat gone to bug Vicky.
Yeah, it was. Sorry.
I'm fine with this. He's not bugging me anymore. Okay, so I think everyone should be able to see my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the mile. There you go.
As the gun fired, Chris Brasher went into the lead and I slipped in effortlessly behind him, feeling tremendously full of running. My legs seemed to meet no resistance at all, almost as if impelled by
This is exactly what we look
force.
like, isn't it?
We seemed to be going so slowly. Impatiently, I shouted faster.
Slowly.
Brasher kept his head and didn't change the pace.
So the problem we have is we're not allowed to use paces.
I went on worrying about
Suppose
the
if your
pace
pace is
until
2
I heard the
minutes,
first lap
2 meters
time,
ahead of you, is that allowed?
57.5 seconds. In the
I don't think
excitement,
that's
my
our
knowledge
biggest
of
problem,
pace
Reg.
had deserted me. Brasher could have run the
I had
first
one today,
quarter
didn't help
in
that.
55 seconds without
Yeah, he
me
left you
realizing,
behind.
because I felt so full of running. But I should have had to pay for it later. Instead, he had made success possible.
So
1.5 laps, I was still worrying about the pace. A voice shouting, "Relax," penetrated to me above the noise of the crowd. I learned afterwards it was Stamford's. Unconsciously, I obeyed. If the speed was wrong, it was too late to do anything about it. So why worry? I barely noticed the half mile passed in 1 minute 58 seconds. I was relaxing so much that my mind seemed almost detached from my body. It was incredible that we could run at this speed without strain. I was barely aware of the fact that Chris Chataway was now going into the lead. Three-quarters of a mile, the effort was still barely perceptible. The time was 3 minutes, 0.7 seconds, and by now the crowd was roaring. A 4-minute mile was possible. Somehow, to do it, I had to run the last lap in 59 seconds. Chataway led round the next bend, and then I pounced past him at the beginning of the back straight, 300 yards from the finish. I had a moment of mixed joy and anguish when my mind took over. It raced well ahead of my body and drew me compellingly forward. I felt that the moment of a lifetime had come. Those last few seconds.
This commentary is in that podcast as well, but it's got a bit of background. It's a nice listen actually, if you want to.
Hello, sorry, I'm back again. It cut out. My computer keeps disconnecting from the Wi-Fi for some reason today, just to annoy me. So I'll stick it back on for the last, I think, 45 seconds.
Please.
Is that about where you got to?
Yeah,
I think so.
That's okay.
He'd just overtaken.
He'd just overtaken.
He'd just overtaken Chataway.
Yeah,
He needed to do a 59-second final lap.
Yeah, it is crazy how he just suddenly seems to be sprinting. If you look at his legs going, there you go. Can you see that? Oh.
I had a moment of mixed joy and anguish when my mind took over. It raced well ahead of my body and drew me compellingly forward. I felt that the moment of a lifetime had come. Those last few seconds seemed never ending.
Come on, you can do it.
The faint line of the finishing tape stood ahead as a haven of peace after the struggle. I leapt at the tape, like a man taking his last spring to save himself from the chasm that threatens to engulf him.
Stopped it early.
My effort was over, and I collapsed almost unconscious with an arm on either side of me.
Collapsing at
It
the
was
end.
only then that the real pain overtook me. I knew I had done it before I even heard the time. I felt as if I was too close to have failed.
The other amazing thing was he was doing it just in plimsolls. If you look at what he's wearing, they weren't wearing any proper shoes or anything.
Oh, they did
It's
have
just
studs.
like a pair of plimsolls. It's amazing, and on a cinder track.
I think they did have some studs.
No, I seem to remember hearing him talk about it. I think he said it was just plimsolls.
Yeah, they did try some different types of shoe, I think, but I think he went for plimsolls in the end.
Did it in plimsolls. This is Roger Bannister.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go. So he's going to recreate that. It'd be interesting to see what Ben Chan can do with his cheat smile. Let's see how close he can get.
About 2.5 minutes.
I know.
What do you reckon you do, Alistair? You'll be the closest. What do you reckon, Alistair?
Ben, he'll do probably. I think he'll go sub 4.
Well, can he do a 60-second lap? Probably.
What, on his cheat
Yeah, I'm
one?
sure he can. He'll be
Yeah,
able
but
to
on
do
his cheats, his cheat one, he'll go much quicker, surely.
Surely, yeah.
Depends how he breaks it up. If he does, 6 by or 8 by 200, or if he does 4 by 400.
I think a good challenge would be we could all see if we could beat Ben. However, like he just has to run 1 flat mile. We'll try and beat him by cheating.
On a bike.
Because I still won't even get close to that time, I don't think, let alone 4 minutes.
8 by 200 meter relay.
Yeah.
That would actually be
32
quite
by
good.
50.
That'd be a good idea for a race night, actually. If we had a mile race night, and you're either allowed to do it on your own or as a relay, and you can make your own relay teams, and you can choose whatever distance you want, as long as everyone goes around and finishes. Might be quite fun.
I was going to say, when we're allowed to run together again, can we do a beer mile?
No, thank you. We'll watch.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no.
You run like 400 meters, have a beer.
I think that'd be the only race that I'd beat Daniel at, the beer mile.
You can have a glass of water.
I'm off, guys. Good night, everyone.
See you, Maria.
See you, Maria.
So there you go. Anybody know how long Roger Bannister's record actually lasted for? How long he held that?
Not very long.
Yeah, short.
Yeah, it is 6th of May to the 21st of June. He held that. Beaten by John Longley of Australia.
I think in that race, everyone had to finish because the pacers, for it to be an official race, the pacers couldn't drop out.
Yeah.
I think they had to jog around and finish it, otherwise it wouldn't have counted.
I wonder what they finished in.
I think Chataway was trying to go for it as well.
Well, he wasn't. He's only 300 meters away, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he was pacing. I think he was trying to go for it as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
I seem to remember listening to Chataway talking about it, and it was one of these. It could have been any one of them, but he was trying to go for it as well.
Again, as it starts to go through the outer cage plate. The key is to match the depth of neighboring rivets.
I didn't realise that there were quite so many British people going for it in the early 80s as well.
And this looks good. So now we can
It
break
was
off.
Seb Coe, Steve Ovett, and Steve Cram. From
You're obviously not old enough to remember that.
1979 through to 1993, it was held by one of the 3 of them. Does anyone know what the world record is now? I do, because it's right in front of me.
343.
343, yeah.
Wow.
So do you think Ben can beat that? That'd be the question.
Ben gets a world record. That is interesting.
So now that we've snapped off the pilot tip, I can see a good case for
I'm guessing your Strava doesn't put it down as a PB if you, well, it might do actually.
Oh, it might do.
We're going to ruin our Strava mile PBs doing this.
Yeah, everything's going to seem rubbish afterwards.
Yeah. Well, my efforts will definitely seem rubbish afterwards. Yeah.
If anyone wants to listen to Chris Chataway talk about Roger Bannister, I've put a link in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. So it's interesting. I did actually watch a bit of the current world record one, and it's very different to watching that one because it was a huge crowd of people in the current world record race. It was actually in a race, which is a bit different.
pilot tip using the chain tool or pliers.
Yeah, I'm just going to head off. Cheers, Rich.
See you,
Thanks a lot.
Dave.
Cheers, David.
Bye bye.
Cheers, David. Right. See you, Rich. I'm going to log off too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool.
Bye, Ali.
Okay.
How's everyone else's miles going? You done yours yet, Steve?
Be sure to supplement with any connecting rivets are
Just listening to someone watch TV now.
Who's got the telly on?
That's pretty new, isn't it? I think they can hear the dash going on in the background.
Sure.
Probably.
Gareth watching TV, is it?
Yeah, I think it is Gareth watching the telly. Yeah. Well, actually, he's watching something, how to do something on his bike, replacing a chain or something. So.
That's important.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
cool.
well, it is for him. Yeah.
How's his virtual cycling going?
It's all right. Well, he's got a turbo. We've got a nice
Right.
turbo in our kitchen here.
There you go.
And obviously, yeah, we've been out a few times at the weekends.
Him and his.
So what's the best way to do this mile? I'm a bit confused.
You used to be a sprinter, didn't you, though, Caroline? You should be okay.
I know. So it's going to have to be either hundreds or 200s, isn't it?
So, what was your distance when you were?
I
on
was
the
a long
track?
jumper. I
A
was a
long
long
jump.
jumper. So
Oh, that's not
really-
going to help.
No. Well, yeah, 200 probably was slightly better. Around 24 something for 200, 24.2 or something.
Okay, there you go. Just do 8 of those.
If you do, I was thinking if you did 10 times 0.1 mile, then you'd be between 100 and 200. That's what I thought might be quite good.
True. Yeah, that's, yeah. Because 200, you might be hanging after a few of those, mightn't you? You've got to go quickly.
My plan
Okay.
was to. I'm probably going to do it one day when we're out in the park with the boys. And what I'll do is I will do a sprint and see how long I can keep going for, and then decide what to do for the rest of them.
The thing is, it could be quite a long session, couldn't it? Because we need a bit of recovery as well.
Yeah.
If anyone's got a fast dog, they can be dog assisted. That would make them even quicker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's allowed. There we go.
Who's got a dog I can borrow?
Alice has dropped off. You could have borrowed Bono.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Bono's particularly quick. He looks quite strong, but maybe not quick.
Well, dogs are quick over a short period session, aren't they? So you could do lots of little sprints with the dog. So that would work.
So Claudia, does this work for you? It's like, will you be able to put on little sprints and then just stop your Garmin and roll for a bit and then sprint again? Or I don't know, how are you planning on doing it?
I mean, it would be quicker for me just to do a mile, like, because I build up speed. But I'm probably just going to go down a hill.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Can you use downhill as assistance or not?
Yep.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone else is, then I'm going to. So, in all honesty, I'm just going to go down a hill.
So you need a hill that is a mile long.
I could just go down the hill
A few
twice.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can start your watch when you're actually running, so you can get to speed and then start instead of having to actually start the watch straight away, which means you're at speed straight away, which should help as well.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
not
will
sure
do
it'll
that at
help
some
me.
point. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think this week I'm going to be better at the Strava art. So I might put my hopes on that one rather than the mile.
That's still
All I
quite
can
hard.
think of is just going and drawing something rude.
The problem is thinking of something to draw. I don't know, some people did it. The streets are gone, aren't they? But like when Michael did his drawing out the London Marathon course, I don't know how he mapped it out and then actually went the right way. That was pretty good. So I'm sure I'll just create wonky lines and go all over the place.
We need to have a word with Alice. She seems to be doing quite good with her Strava.
Okay.
And Vicky Gardner as well, I think last week did a Running Man. That was really good on Strava.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
If you're a Lowry style stick man, you can do roads that you can use roads then.
Yeah.
I think mine's going to be pretty basic, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it'll be
Best thing
interesting.
to do is try and think of a shape or a picture and then try and overlay it on a map of your area and see if you can actually do it. And I'm sure there are some.
I'll keep losing you.
We lost
We've lost you, Steve.
Yeah, we lost him.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it froze. I think you'll find on Strava there is some Strava art you can look at as well to get some ideas.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'd definitely be easier somewhere like the US where it's a grid. It's like Berrylands isn't really made for drawing. It's
Yeah, but a grid doesn't
funny
work if you need
shapes.
curves.
True.
Or you can just go to like a playing field and then just try and run
That's what I was planning
a
on.
shape. Yeah.
You'll have to go and do something and then upload it to Strava and look at it and go, no, that doesn't work, and do something else.
You need a GPS app that shows you as you're going. Then you can
Yes,
draw
if
it.
you
as
mess up and you're going to shut, then it will be seen, won't it? Then you've got to start again, haven't you?
You can put it as private on Strava.
I was going to say,
so-
if you upload them to Strava as private,
Oh, that's all
Start
quite
with.
technical for me.
and then just make public the one that you want.
Oh.
Or if you've just got your Garmin, don't just keep it on the Garmin and don't load it to Strava.
Mine automatically loads to
I
Strava.
was going to say, if you've got it set to go automatically.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
does.
you can unset that as well.
Oh, okay.
You can
But it'd
set
be
it so that
easier
they
just
go
to-
on as private by default. I
Yeah,
think
just
Rika
go on
has that.
private on Strava. It's easier.
There you go,
Oh.
Rika nods.
Okay. All right.
Well, you always confuse me, Caroline, because you have 2 Strava accounts.
Well, do you know what? You can blame Gareth once again for that because he set me up on Strava. So he needs to sort it out because I really don't know. I literally just run and it just automatically downloads and he set everything up. And also my picture's on a sideways view, isn't it? Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, Gareth always, Kevin Stone always says, he said, there's always 2 of you. And I said, well, it's Amy and I. The chatties. Yeah, so.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Amy out and about running? Is she?
No, not much at all, really. No, we have a house party chat with Sue Garnish, Amy and I on a Thursday night after our clap for carers. We always have a glass of wine and a chit chat on house party. And then apparently Sue runs past my house quite a lot. And even though Amy's out running every other day, and I'm trying to run about 3 times a week, I don't really bump into her. The odd occasion she might phone and say, I'm running past, and so I'll come out and chat for a bit. I'm standing on my doorstep. But apart from that, no, not that much really. And it's hard. Yeah, but still. Yeah.
I saw David Pearce the other day when I was doing a handicap loop. So I went out and did the handicap thinking I'm going to win because I'm the only one doing it. And then he just overtakes me. So I came second.
Oh.
And it's the place that he normally overtakes me as well. So I don't know how he managed that.
Oh.
He's clearly watching, waiting for me to go out and do it.
You've got a friend there then, Richard. Is that Steve?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to say hi, Steve? Hello.
Oh, hello, Steve.
Steve the cat rather than Steve the runner.
Yeah.
There you go. Show his bum to you all.
Yeah.
Don't get ideas, Steve. Don't get ideas, Steve.
It's all right. I'm going to stay seated down.
I'm going to say good night anyway. So, see you guys later.
See you soon, Paul.
Right.
I better go.
Yeah, I need to go and carry on with my work.
Yeah,
I've finished
that's
doing
right.
the results, so it's time to actually do some work. So,
Well, thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Rich. You're doing a sterling job. Well
and
done.
don't forget the awards night on Saturday.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Find a
Get your
top.
trophies.
I don't think I've got any to claim.
Well, you have to come along and find out, won't you?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
I'm pretty certain I don't have any to claim.
See you all.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you.
Bye all.